Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. MrSchnitzel in the house. In today's video I will be talking about the T-22 medium, the forgotten beast, this tier 10 Soviet collector tank, and it's available right now in the store. For all of you who are interested to buy this vehicle, I'm gonna tell you here in this video, is it still worth it to go for this tank, and I'm gonna explain for you my point of view. So we can get this vehicle right now for 17.5k of gold with the legendary camouflage with those 3 kaleidoscope containers, so it's actually a good deal. So is it worth it to go for this tank? Yes or no? Let's see. So back to the good old days, this tank was the medium tank must to have. That was the only and one most powerful, most OP tier 10 medium tank in the game. But nowadays, right now in the game, after that we got the Kampfpanzer 50T appeared to the game, the Projet Murat, which is also insane. We got the Karo 45T appeared after that, so plenty of tanks. The STB1 with his 11 degrees of gun depression, that will maybe make people think that this tank is really normal worth it. But I would say again, this tank is still worth it. This tank is still a beast, and this tank is still performing good on the battlefield and can compete with other OP mediums in the game, especially the Kampfpanzer 50T with its 3600 dpm. We got on this T-22 medium only 3400. Yes, the Kampfpanzer 50T got better dpm, but in my opinion the T-22 medium is the tank with a better armor, so the tank which we can play more aggressive. Doesn't mean that the Kampfpanzer 50T doesn't have any armor at all. I just want to say that this tank is still performing good and still competing with the most OP tier 10 tanks in this game, and that's why in my opinion also that this tank is still worth it to go for if you don't have any OP tier 10 mediums. And right now the T-22 medium is one of the cheapest, or became one of the cheapest tier 10 mediums because of course the big competition under the tier 10 mediums. So let's talk about the equipment and armor, and then we're going to jump straight to the battlefield to show you how to play with this tank and how this vehicle is performing there. So about equipment, it's all about you, but I will advise you to go for calibrated shells, because without calibrated shells you will be not able to penetrate the E100 and the most powerful armored super heavies and like TDs like the Kampfpanzer E100, etc. So you will have some penetration issues if you don't go for calibrated shells. That's why you go for them. Go also for the supercharger, go for the refined gun, improved modules. Here my advice also to go for the enhanced armor, because this tank got really some armor on it, and to maximize it, or let's say to have the best chance to block more damage, or to have the better probability to block more damage, is the way to do that is to use enhanced armor. I'm using the toolbox, so if I get tracked I can faster move again away. Improved optics, of course, for better view range, and the engine accelerator for better speed. This tank is really got a speed buff, and it's really so fast right now. Even it's actually a bit heavy under the mediums, and it's also well armored. We still have a good velocity and good acceleration especially. Provisions, here I'm going for more DPM and more mobility with the improved fuel, extra combat ration, and condensed milk. Alright, so far so good. Also something special about this tank, and was also buffed in the past, we didn't have any tungsten shell on this tank, and now we got tungsten shell on it, and the combination of tungsten shell and adrenaline at the same time will make this tank for a few seconds so OP, and going up from, I don't know, 3400 to maybe 3700 of TPM thanks to the tungsten shell and adrenaline combination. And of course I'm using the multi-purpose restoration pack if I get tracked or if commanders get injured, etc. Alright, so actually on paper it's also not bad. As we saw here, we got 1850 hit points, we can deal 310 damage per shot, and the average armor 187, not bad at all. Speed is insane, territory duration is insane, and we have here also 6 degrees of gun depression, and that's actually the big issue this tank compared to the other mediums. For example, the Kampfpanzer 50T with 10 degrees, Projet Murat with 10 degrees, the Kara 45T with 10 degrees, and the SCB-1 with even 11 degrees. But as I told you, this tank doesn't have this suppression, but for that an insane frontal armor, an insane gun penetration, an insane speed, which make this tank still special and still powerful compared to the other mediums in this game. Here we go. This is how the tank gonna look like on flat ground, okay, if you are not using a hold down position. So the hull is really very easy to paint. Alright, this is how the vehicle gonna look like without enhanced armor. With enhanced armor we can see small difference. And yeah, so against the enemy now, I'm taking just another T-22 medium, so the turret will be nearly impossible to penetrate, but the hull is all green, okay? And here if the enemy is using normal shells, and here if he is using heat shells. So with normal shells we can see there, if we angle a bit we still can, or don't over angle on tank, but wiggle just left right a bit like that to confuse the enemy. On flat ground maybe you will bounce some shots, but the turret is really very safe. If we go hull down, that will look like this, as we can see here. So this is our wait for it guys, our hull down view. It's all red, but only the lower plate still easy to penetrate. But if you are hull down anyway, the enemy will see only this part here of the armor and the turret right there. So try always to play it hull down as good as possible. Don't go on flat ground. Only you make sure, only if you're attacking someone and you want to finish him, and we are safe, because as we can see here, if we are using a hull down position with our 6 degrees, we are actually nearly all red for the enemy. If you go up again on flat ground, we will be easy, let's say an easy victim and easy penetrable on our hull from other enemy tanks. That's what I can give you, how to play with this tank, especially in point of armor, how to deal with those weak spots, etc. And now to the playstyle with this tank. So now I'm hiding here in a hull down position with my teammate. Look at this attack tank. It's a new tank come to the game, being tested right now, by the way guys. It will be soon destroyed, but here's the view of actually a new tank spotted, being tested right now. Also at the same time got 4 shells in the magazine. So penetration, even against the T-95 turtle, we still can penetrate his weak spots with an insane accuracy, as we can see there. But that can only happen if we are using calibrated shells. If I wasn't using calibrated shells, even I'm using heat shells, I will not be able to penetrate this armor. That's why it's very important in my opinion to use the calibrated shells and to still dealing damage to anyone playing with this tank. Otherwise that will really sucks a lot if you will not be able to penetrate tanks because you are not using calibrated shells, or for example you are not carrying heat shells. Very important. Think of using calibrated shells and also carrying your heat shells to penetrate the most armored tanks in this game, especially if you are playing against tier 10 vehicles. Here trolling the T-30, going out, going backward, tracking his tracks, so easy to do. Here we go, fall back again, just farming the T-30 here. Now I'm getting some visits by the BZ-75. That means time to relocate again, go somewhere else. You don't need to stay there, you don't need to take damage, especially in this, let's say, a battle right now. It's 4 versus 4, so try to save your hit points and don't stay stupid there only because you are greedy, you want to go more damage, risk some shots. Very important as a medium tank. You have speed, you can relocate, and we're gonna to surprise the BZ-75 anyway now. So here we go, shot blocked. We were talking about the armor of this tank, and as I told you guys, we can block a lot of damage playing with this vehicle. The speed is so nice that we can troll some heavy tanks with it. it's not a problem. And now I will get a lot of damage here from the PZ-75. And that was very important that I ran away a few seconds ago. Otherwise, now he hits me now. I will be at 600 hit points, and that will be so dangerous. And if I not run away, maybe with this shot right now, I will be already dead. Okay, so that's why very important to know when to run away, when to stay there to save your hit points for the end of the battle. Otherwise, I took a lot of shots. If I didn't run away, I was actually dead. So that's really very important. Alright, here in this point, I thought we won the battle. That's why I stayed there. But no, I'm seeing now there is another enemy tank left. I wanted to get him, but he was hiding somewhere. It's another T-100LT lightweight. Yeah, in the end, he will be hiding right there behind the building. But we won anyway by points. Going here for 5,600 damage and blocking 620 of damage. Yeah, guys, this is what we can do with the T-22 medium first class mastery badge if we know how to play with it. And this tank is really still performing very well, and it's still OP, and it's really worth it to go for it in this game. Second battle gonna be a new bay. And here we go again. This is gonna be a nice showcase to show you how much damage we can block with this tank. Okay, that's really crazy. So we got the Death Star right there, and also the ability of this tank to do some sniper shots from distance. The gun precision of this tank is so insane. So that's why I picked up for you also this battle. Here we go, let's go. The Shuriken just fired, so I can go out now and farm him and finish him. Even risking getting maybe one shot from him. Here we go, 630 damage. But I just wanted to make sure to finish him and also stay here and hide behind the walls, and not to show my armor to the enemy, because there is some tanks trying to get me from here, as we can see there, the E100 and the Death Star. That's why I'm trying to stay here and to hide so I don't take any damage. We know it all, we need to wait just 10 seconds and then we will disappear from the sight of the enemy, and then I can move away again. So always think about that in the game. The E100 is still staring at me. He got me another time. Doesn't matter. Alright, now it's time to go to the T-22A. Right there, he's nearly one shot. Let's see if I can get him. Oh bro, I was too greedy here. Lost again 200 damage for nothing. But yeah, doesn't matter, let's keep going. The grill. Oh, I missed my shots, but also shot blocked. Nice. Till now, 1200 damage blocked with this tank. Okay. So far, so good. About the armor of this vehicle and how it's working. It's really performing very good on the battlefield. Here we go. Another sneaky shot on the Death Star. Maybe I can finish him now, or I can take another shot on him. Let's see. Nope, I'm too late, but we can go for more damage here. We got the Foch, who got no idea that I'm coming for him. Maybe another shot. Woo! Shot blocked again. 800 damage blocked, we can see there. Here we go. Using heat shell to penetrate the armor of the Foch. Very important. As I told you, without it, we cannot penetrate good armored tier 10 tanks in this game. That's why very important to use your calibrated shells if you are playing with this tank. And yeah, we got here exactly 800 damage blocked, nearly 3k damage deal, third class mastery badge, and this is really the average what we can do playing with this tank. You will go always for this amount of damage, and blocking 1800, 1500, it's also the norm, the average what we can do in every battle. Okay, if you just be patient, if you play like I'm showing you from distance in the beginning, trying to go to hold down position, if you rush, make sure to finish the enemy tank, and also make sure not to get damaged and not to bring yourself to dangerous critical situations where you are spotted and you are free, not hiding, and anyone can shoot on you, especially the camping TDs. So always think about your moves. If you are from distance, doesn't matter, you are in a hold down position, try to sneak your shots and don't risk a lot, etc. Okay, so this tank is really, in my opinion, still worth it to go for 17,500 gold. It's a good deal, and if you know how to play with it, like I showed you here in this video, you will perform great battles with it, and you will carry your teams and have a lot of fun, win a lot of battles, and also maybe grind your win rate. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If yes, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet, and comment this video and tell me what do you think about this tank. Thanks for watching, see you soon, and bye bye fellas.